When I was a sophomore year in high school, I started to go to guitar lessons. I felt like I wanted to have a defining hobby that I would spend my time doing. My parents were skeptical. I'd tried to play instruments before. I played piano for a year, quit, played piano for 2 more years, and quit again. At this point, what proof did they have that I'd actually stick with it? I spent the next 3 years playing guitar, covering my favorite songs, which is something I never got to do on piano, and got to make some songs my own. Granted, nothing I made was good, which is something everyone says, but I was still having fun. The difference between piano and guitar is one felt like a chore, while the other felt like an opportunity, as cliche as it is. Instead of having to learn everything from a book of monsters, which I was afraid of as a kid, I regulated my own learning, which made me fall in love with the process without any poking or prodding. It took a while, but I did improve. While I wouldn't say I'm anything spectacular now, I'm unequivocally, without a doubt, better than I was when I first started. If I had a video, I'd show you guys, but I was too embarrassed to even record it. But being a creative person, there was a very similar dilemma that I've experienced many times before. Who do I show this to? And as happy as I was with what I did, it would have taken another level of self-confidence to actually show anyone. Like, what if they hate it? What if they hate me? So I bit my tongue and just continued to write in my notes at whatever lyrics had come to mind, just for it to rot away with the only person ever to witness my work being myself. About 2 months before I'm set to leave for college, aka when lessons were over for me, my guitar teacher told me about a recital the school was doing. He had told me about a few before them, but each time I had to cancel due to family plans. But at the time, I was glad I didn't do them because I was so nervous about showing such a personal part about me, but this time was different. I knew that this time was my last chance. I had to take it. So I was told that I'd be one of the last performers, and I didn't know that meant I was last. And as nervous as I felt, I didn't panic, and I forgot my guitar. I don't know how I did it. It seems like something out of a cartoon. I show up to a guitar show without a guitar. Safe to say I felt like an idiot. Tangent aside, things did work out, and after an hour or so of kids trying, they're way better than whatever I was at that age, but and in the end, it was my turn, which, as nervous as I was, not a lot you could do in that moment, so I just kind of played.
It's hard to see the good things when you're inside your head a lot. Free yourself and spread your wings, please give it all you got. And if all ends up failing and your system starts slow, just know that we're all with you through the rain and through the...
I haven't really watched it back in a while. I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but the entire you're your own worst critic thing definitely hits home, but it was the reception that gave me a lot of joy. Sisters complimented the work. My parents told me that they didn't even know I wrote songs, and my brother told me that although the lyrics are good, I could probably get someone else to sing it for me, which I completely agree with. One parent, or at least I assume they're one of the parents, came up to me and raved about the work, which I was kind of shocked by, because I wasn't expecting anyone to come up to me about this, but I still remember you, you're my day one. But yeah, there was something about it all that just made me feel so proud. I was being recognized for something that apparently I'd been keeping so secretive that no one even knew I could do. It's kind of a side story, but I remember like a few days after that, my mom walked by my room and asked, "Hey, is that another original song that you're making?" And I said, "No, this is 21 Pilots, but good guess though." Since I came to college, I still kept up playing guitar and writing lyrics and all that, but the same problem arose. I had no one to show my efforts to. I tried to talk to my friends about it, but I could assume that I was just bothering them with an onslaught of information that they were definitely not familiar with. Huh? Oh, yeah, that's great, man. But yeah, I really did want someone to share this passion with, and I'll be damned, I think I found it. On April 1st, 2026, I followed the directions slated on their Instagram, walked over to Thompson Hall, and sat in for my first ever Songwriter Circle meeting. Can you guess what they do there? I don't want to spend too much time going over this group, but it is one of the most inclusive, respectful conglomerates of people that I've ever seen. Everyone is so supportive of each other, especially with the music they make. And it's a great feeling to find something that feels so tailored into your interests, and I think this is exactly it for me. But what's the point trying to describe it
when I could just show you? family. And I don't wanna talk about anything. I don't wanna talk about anything. I wanna kiss your eyes again. Wanna witness your eyes looking. I don't wanna talk about anyone. I don't wanna talk about anyone. I wanna sleep in your car while you're driving. Lay in your lap when I'm crying.
Unfortunately, this story is without a doubt incomplete, but fortunately, this story is without a doubt incomplete. I can imagine this is what I'm going to be spending the next few years at UW doing. So if you ever want to see me around campus, Thompson Hall 134 Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. All right, bye.